You're back. And we have talked so far about snackable vids, gamification tool, IBP, and embedding those key learnings through TikTok videos. Now I'm going to take you through the last two key essential components of our IBP learning campaign. Here, this was really essential about knowing our audience. Some line team members only needed to know top line. It wasn't part of their day-to-day functions, and it wasn't integral that they needed to know the granular details of IBP, but they needed to know the basics. Then we had some other team members who were SMEs or facilitators of IBP, and they needed to be abreast of all the details of what was going on in the IBP process. So, IBP podcast series was launched. This was in format of MP3 or audio, or MP4 video format. We really wanted to tap into multiple learning styles. Some people who wanted to listen to the latest podcast would pop in their AirPods, go for a walk outside in the sunshine, and get up to speed with the latest and greatest of IBP. Whereas some people felt more comfortable watching the podcast, so they would watch the MP4 format. These podcasts were released every single month of our learning campaign. Why not take a peek at what a podcast looks like in IBP land?
Hey, yo, you ready? Let's do it.
Welcome to the IBP podcast. My name is Nicole Walsh, and I'm part of the IBP project team. We are in the podcast studio today, bringing you all the fun bits all about IBP. Every month on the podcast, we are going to share key wins, key priorities, and all the top what you need to know details all about IBP. We even may have a few special guests from time to time. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome to the nitty gritty. This is the SharePoint and the Yammer site. As we all know, who doesn't love a one-stop shop or one source of truth? And this is where everything in IBP was stored, so you knew where to go to get all the information that you needed. This housed all our capability materials that was needed from induction all the way through decision making and the highlighted components that we talked about today.
Could we start with some coffee?
Could I use some coffee?
This is where you cut to the dripping coffee.
I would love some coffee.
Cheers.
Coffee?
Sure. Small coffee.
Look at those cups of coffee.
Wow, look at that.
Oh, is that beautiful?
It's the mood.
It picks you up while it calms you down.
Look at what I got for you.
Okay, I'm not exactly Jerry Seinfeld. My name is Nicole Walsh. Not interviewing comedians, but chatting to line leaders, and they may be funny too. Not driving in cars, meeting over Teams instead. But we are having coffee and maybe eating a little brekkie too. Welcome to the first episode of Leaders in Teams, Getting Coffee, talking all things IBP.
Now, Yammer, this is where things got really exciting. We drove a lot of healthy competition through sharing your IBP learning statistics. And if you shared your IB Pirtle stats, same as you do with Wordle, you would enter to win a draw. Now I can tell you, the latest and greatest Canadian maple tarts home baked from me was sought after. So our winner was so pleased to get into as many draws as they could to win. Now, give me the results, right? What did this yield? There were over 1,600 views of our bite-sized snackable vids. And trust me, it wasn't me 1,599 times. These views were across over 26 videos that we made. The IB Pirtle campaign, which was 10 weeks of the entire learning campaign, had over 1,100 plays of the gamification tool. We had key senior stakeholder engagement. and we got alignment and buy-in from across all the BUs in New Zealand and Australia. Thank you for getting a glimpse into the IBP learning campaign.